How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Positive Mindset Podcast, where we work together to raise our vibration, lift our perspective, and build a positive mindset. My name is Henry, and in this episode, we're going to talk about how to shift from the darkest of energy. If you are feeling that negativity, if you can't see the light, if you just have nothing to motivate you, then this is going to be the episode for you, because we're going to talk about how you can shift your perspective so that you can start pulling yourself out of that hole and being the vibrant, powerful, positive version of you that you can be. But before we get started, we're going to take a few moments to slow down, zero in. We're going to take some deep, healing, meditative breaths to help us align on the frequency that we want in our lives. So you can pick a word. It can be love, joy, happiness, abundance, whatever frequency you want. And we're going to take a deep breath in, and as you're breathing in, you're going to say that word over and over and over again. Really charge yourself up with that energy. And then as you're holding your breath, visualize yourself doing something in that frequency. And then once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you, and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. In, out. Well, we're going to do another deep breath. This one is about alignment, about getting ourselves in receiving mode so that we can receive the message that we need to hear today to get us in that positive perspective. So just imagine that you are surrounded by the most healing, uplifting energy that's meant specifically for you. It could have a certain color, a certain taste, a certain smell, however you imagine it. And when you breathe it in, it's going to charge you up. It's going to break down the negativity, the blocks, the weight, everything that's just been holding you back. And then once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you, and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take another deep breath in. And out. Now, this message is really for anyone. No matter where you find yourself, this can be applied to you. But if you're struggling, if you're in that hole where you can't see the point, you can't feel good energy, like you're just in that negative flow of energy, this is the perspective that I think can be really helpful for you. So one, you are valuable. You have to know this. In fact, there's no way that you can't be valuable. A lot of times when people struggle, when they're hurting with things, when they're dealing with difficulty and it's affecting their lives to where it's bringing their mindset down, it's bringing their energy down, it's bringing their health down, people start to doubt themselves and think that they don't have value to offer the world. In fact, it starts being twisted to the point that the world might even be better off without you here, because you're feeling so much negative energy within you. You're assuming that that's the energy that you're presenting to the world. So what perspective I think you can take is this: everything is happening for you, and the toughest thing that you're in right now is the value that you have to bring to the world. You may not feel this at this moment, but if I can plant the seed and it starts to grow within you, you can start changing your perspective to see the power within you. You are someone that's going through something difficult. The person that you need is somebody that has gone through something difficult, healed, and is now giving that frequency away. So you are just a few steps away from being the person that somebody else needs. That doesn't mean your journey's easy. That doesn't mean by just understanding that you're going to feel better and be able to conquer the day. But it is a perspective that you can start to take. When you decide that your experience has meaning, and it's more meaningful than how you feel, it changes how you maneuver through the day. If we separate from ourselves, like you are hurting right now, your spirit, your soul, your mind, that is hurting. But if you say, okay, I'm in pain, maybe that's where I'm supposed to be. It's not that you're supposed to be there as punishment. It's because you're an energetic being that wants to give, that wants to help others heal. The way to understand something is to go through it. If you just know it in your mind, if you just know it logically, like you've read it in a book, You don't truly understand that feeling. But when you go through it and then you come out the other side, you know what it's like to create happiness in the lack of it. Not just how to read it in a book and see how to do it. Not just how to explain it on a podcast like I'm doing now. No, what you're going through is the true way that we shift energy. You are the absolute hero that's going into the depths of the pain, of the hurt, of the trauma, whatever it is that you're struggling with. You have gone there to bring light to where it doesn't exist. If you just went to where everything is perfect, and that's where you offered your positive thoughts, that's where you offered your positive perspective, that's where you went to serve people, you're not making the difference that you're capable of making. I believe that there is more to you than this current moment. In fact, your lowest moment is showing you where you need to be, where there needs healing, where somebody that cares has to be. That doesn't mean you're going to save everybody that's around you. It just means as you start to grow, as you start to change your perspective, you are in that depth. You are in that pain. You are in that lack. But then you can start bringing the healed light energy there, where it's needed the most. Sometimes we're looking for the hero. We're looking for someone to save us. We're looking for the right answer, the right book, the right food, the right medication. Like we're looking for this external thing, when in reality, why aren't we looking for us to be that solution? Every single person I've talked to has the ability to be the hero in the situation. But a hero's journey is not simple. It's not one day you wake up and you have the answers to everything. This life, this experience is the experience. Everything that you're going through is meant to give you more of it. And you, the creator, the bringer of light, has chosen a path of depth to bring light where it's needed the most. That's your value. And once you start shifting that and you start realizing, okay, I am bringing light to where there is none, it's not that you're greater than anybody else. It's not that you're more important than anybody else. It just means that you're a part of the foundation that we're using to build and lift people up. And that's valuable. That matters. Your growth, your experience is the most important thing, because when you heal, your neighbor can heal. When you heal and then your neighbor can heal, then their neighbor can heal. But it starts with you. You are the one that's bringing the positive energy. You are the one that can make the change for the better. You don't understand it now, and you may not see it now, but there is somebody, maybe it's a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, that is so thankful for who you decided to be at this moment. It doesn't mean that you solved everything at this moment. It just means this is the point where you decided, okay, my life is at this. I understand that my pain is here. I understand that the trauma has led me to this point. I'm going to let that be. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to have hurt. But I'm going to start looking for something positive that I can do in this moment. I'm going to start bringing a little bit of light into this moment. And maybe you're 99% negative and 1% positive tomorrow. And then the next day, you're 98.5% negative and 1.5% positive. And slowly you start building this. And then over time, maybe it's a month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. And I know that might seem like forever when you need to change now, but anything worth creating, anything worth having is worth the investment in time. Over this time, over the months, over the years, you start changing the perception that you're perceiving everything within. See, originally, you were negative energy, starting to bring in one little piece of positive. But then slowly that positive starts outweighing the negative within you. And you become this tidal wave of momentum, of positive energy. And it's not that the world changes around you, but your perspective starts to change. What you start to see starts to change. The external world is always a reflection of the internal state. It's not the physical things, it's how we feel about them that matters. The same thing can happen to two people and they feel completely different about it. Your happiness in life does not have to be tied to your status in life, to the amount of money you have in life, to your position. None of those things guarantee happiness, and none of those things guarantee misery. But your perspective does, Your connection to source does. And those are the things that you get to control. You are a creator, nothing else. You're not the victim. That doesn't mean things didn't happen to you. That doesn't mean you haven't been victim to things, but that's not you. You are a creator of this reality. You are a major piece of this puzzle. Without you, we don't exist. It's all connected. So it's time that you start taking that power back, that you start recognizing who you truly are. You are not someone that is here just to experience. You are someone that's here to uplift the experience. You are someone that raised your hand and said, I will take the tough route to make things better. I will go through the adversity. I will go through the pain. I will go through the trauma so that I can understand it truly and then bring the light in. What do you think you're doing now? You're starting to search. Do you know how many people that are negative, that are in that hateful energy, that anger energy, that pain energy, that toxic energy, and don't even ever think about making a change? Never read a positive book. Never read an uplifting message because they don't want to change. They don't have that inspiration within them that something needs to be different. That doesn't mean they can't change. It just means that you are at the stage where it's time. You have the power. I know it. So start with gratitude. Start practicing finding something positive, even if it's that person in the future that gets to meet the healed version of you and gets the benefit of the pain that you've gone through because they get to meet the love that was created from it. And start envisioning the hard thing that you're going through right now, how it creates that, how it's building your mental fortitude, how it's changing your perspective, how you're starting to see the world in a different way. And you start bringing those little positive nuggets within you. And you go from 1% to 2% to 3% to 4%, and you grow and grow and grow. That's how you build the energy within you. Change does not happen without you. You are just as important as the most famous person that's speaking positively, that's coaching people. One does not matter more than the other. We're all connected, and your growth is my growth. My growth is hopefully going to lead to your growth. So let's raise our perspective. Let's decide who we're going to be and be the rising tide that lifts all ships. Well, thank you so much for listening. I hope this episode was impactful and gave you a perspective that will motivate you to understand the power within you so that you can start waking it up, bringing the light where it isn't, and being that positive change. If you want to make sure you don't miss a single episode, make sure you subscribe to my email list. There's a link in the description. It will keep you up to date with every single episode. And if you want to follow me on social media, there's my Instagram and TikTok down below. I appreciate all the follows there. And if you want to join the Positive Mindset Facebook community, I highly suggest it. There's a link down below for that. It's the community that we're building, we're growing, we're trying to be that rising tide. And if you want to see some of the exciting stuff, join some of the live calls, and be prepared for some of the challenges that are coming, that's the best way to do it. So go ahead and click that link and join us, become a part of the team. Well, thank you so much for listening. Have a great day, and I can't wait to talk to you next time.